Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to review the book of Zog by Alec Hutson. What were the great old ones before they were old? In the shadows of cosmic horrors, newly birthed Zogrus must come to understand his true nature, learn how to wield his dreadful powers and search for meaning in the mad spaces between the stars. Hopefully he'll make some friends along the way. And also there is a cat. So I read this as part of my initial batch of books for the self-published fantasy blog of round 9. This is actually described as a cosy Lovecraftian fantasy, and I do have a few words to say on that grouping later on in my review. Zogrus, or Zog from now on, is such an interesting point of view character. I'm going to say he because that's the appearance he takes at times, but really, can you assign gender to an unknowable cosmic being? He is constantly learning and is curious about the world and the universe around him. Somehow he feels something other than human, but still quite human as he learns about the world. Throughout he is changing and growing, quite literally at times. There are time skips in the story tied in with this one which makes sense with his growth. But the side characters in this story also really shine. Ras is a cat and is such a great character, and I got so emotionally attached. I really enjoyed the friendships that grew between our sort of main-ish characters and how they impacted Zog and how he changed as a result of these friendships. There are a good scattering of other characters throughout this one. It is a short book, so not a lot of other people do get a great deal of development, but everyone fits really well into this world. This does manage to deal with some really interesting themes, one of the main ones being nature versus nurture, and I really enjoyed how this was approached, along with the wonderful friendships that were built. I really enjoyed the opening to this one. It is grand and epic, and there is this huge sense of time and scale. I really enjoyed the writing throughout this one. It is wonderfully descriptive with plenty of texture, which just make this world feel truly lived in. The writing had a great emotional depth and could be quite introspective at times because Zog had a lot to analyse and learn. This does have parts of it that take place in space, and I almost wish we could have seen more of this exploration. I loved seeing the other places we visited, and even though it does take place in space, this doesn't really feel like it's veering towards science fiction. It's still very firmly rooted in fantasy. So this is described as a cosy Lovecraftian fantasy. The Lovecraftian inspiration is really quite clear in this one with our wonderful cosmic beings. I do feel though that our stakes are a little bit too high to describe this overall as cosy, although there are some delightfully warm moments, especially centred around Zog as he learns about the hobbies he enjoys and begins to interact with other people. It is light-hearted at times, and I just really enjoyed Zog's take on the world. I did really enjoy this one, but I did find that the short length meant that at times plot skipped forwards faster than I felt it needed to, and there were a few rather conveniently placed elements to the story. But overall, this is a wonderfully light-hearted Lovecraftian fantasy, and I had a lot of fun reading this one. So if you have read this, I would love to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.